overall, what did you kind of see?
I liked their game. It was a little bit of a slugfest for us tonight. Like I don't think we had great energy. Like you could kind of tell when the game got going. But I thought we played with a good conscience. I thought we were making pretty good decisions for the most part. We checked as hard as our legs would let us, I think. And same thing with the offense. So we did some good things. We got dangerous at times. If there was one knock on our game, I think we were a little loose with our rush coverage because through a couple periods we were doing a nice job in our zone, denying scoring chances. But we gave up a few off the rush, just some misreads and whatnot. Um, yeah, but I thought some guys played really well. Some guys were just okay, but considering the circumstances, like you go on a road trip like that, you come home as a day off, and then you're back at it. I don't know. We didn't have the energy that I'd like to see out of our group, but it was a pretty good hockey game.
Is it fair to say that the standard or like the, I don't know if the floor is the right word, but where your team is at now, like I don't think anybody in there thought that was like a great game. Like you also just be a team that's fighting for its playoff life.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing. You got like we did enough to win the hockey game, and there was times where we had some like yeah. I look at Val's game. He gets two. Could have had two or three more. You know, Kale was coming downhill on that weak side flank a lot tonight. Had a lot of shots. Missed the net on a few. Again, glove saves on a couple. Like I think we'd like to probably see a little bit more offense out of the entire group, and we'd like to be a little bit tighter defensively. But it's a desperate hockey team. It's a good hockey team. They can give you fits in the offensive zone. I think that's the strength of their game. And we did a nice job defending in zone. So I don't like to get too critical of our guys when I know the situation they're in, and I've talked to a bunch of them. We were just lacking a little bit of energy, so you're only going to play as good as your legs allow you to. So now it's the big day of rest and make sure we come back energized for the next one.
At the start of the year, it seemed like you had to play 24, 25 minutes a night to kind of stay engaged.
Yeah.
Now, last month you've been able to manage those minutes. I guess heading into the playoffs, has that been nice to kind of limit it?
It's really nice. I get criticized for that over the years of playing that line too much or whatever, but it's a results-oriented business. You do what you have to do to win hockey games. I don't care if it's October, November, December, because playoffs aren't made in April. They're made every segment the whole year, and you got to meet those numbers or things get infinitely more difficult, right? So, and when we've gotten healthy, their minutes backed off a little bit, and when we got deeper at the deadline, their minutes are. He still catches the odd game where he's at 24, but there's a lot of games now where you can see our minutes really balance out. Tonight was another one, and so we have, no passengers. Everyone's playing pretty well. We like all four of our lines, and we're able to spread those minutes out and utilize Mac in more like ozone starts and starts on their half of the ice instead of getting out there for every D zone face off against top guys. Like we have trust in all four of our lines right now that they can check other teams' top players, and that helps balance out the minutes.
How important is home ice for you in the playoffs?
I'd say middle of the pack for me. I think again, that the home ice is earned all year long, right? We've been through some tough circumstances. We are where we are in the standings, and we'll live with that. I love to have home ice and finish first overall every year, but at the end of the day, we did what we could do to win hockey games all year long, and now we're winning more. And if we end up starting on the road, great. I do think that there's a pack of teams in there, 8 to 10 teams that were throughout the whole league that we're going to fight to try and stay ahead of them. We're not going to kill ourselves, and we're going to be smart. But if we can continue to win hockey games and push and just play the right way and hone our craft, and we manage to bounce ahead of a few of those teams or stay ahead of a few other ones, home ice could still come around to you if you get to where you want to go.
Logan talked this morning about being one of those guys who can, maybe lose some ice time to guys who've been sitting out and trying to be a good teammate. But it's empty net goal. But what can that do for him?
Well, I think he's He's pretty in tune with like the way, we've had some of those conversations about how that line's playing, what I rely on them for, what we want to see from them, and all three of those guys are really dialed in that area. So I think they understand it. No one likes to sit out or lose ice time, but I think the whole team has to have like a big picture approach. It's not just, again, I'll say it again, it's as simple as I can put it. It's better to have 23 guys pulling on the rope than 20, and that's long term. We may need everyone, and we're going to do our best to keep everyone involved and still try to win hockey games on a nightly basis.
You typically lean on the top power play unit a lot, but in Ottawa and now in here you get goals from both the
Yeah.
top and second unit. How has that maybe changed your approach to the power play, and speak to the depth of this team?
Yeah, I don't think it's changed our approach at all, but I do really like the way that other unit's working. We have 4 forwards on and 1 defense now, and they all contribute a little bit something different. I like Colton on that half wall. I think Charlie Coyle is, brings some intangibles to the unit with, things like Lecky and Valdu retrieving pucks, good face-off guy on the right side. You got Nelson, who's a face-off guy on the left side. You kind of check all the boxes for how we'd like it to look. Lecky's played the top power play before. Taser's certainly capable. So I really like the way that unit's working. It allows us to keep fresh bodies on the ice. Our top unit is still going to go out all the time, and they're still going to do what they do. But if they have to, go break it out too many times, they can come off the ice, and we can get fresh guys out there that are still contributing and finding ways to put the puck in the net. So I like the way it looks, and I think that can help us long term.
Any final ones? Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.